What's up, world? It's the FAB Commissioner, 2wo Offishall. And shout out to Drinking with Moles. Let's have a good time.
This is Drinkin at Demos, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's also mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Mo's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Mo's, that's where it's at. Like a power bomb, we hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, always a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Mo's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinkin at Mo's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee. The exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee, and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome Drinkin' Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Because YouTube's algorithm continues to be a pain in the ass. We're most places you can find the audio podcast too. Don't forget about those. Today, I'm excited to have with me out of the Chicago area, 2wo Offishall of FAB Wrestling. How you doing?
Good, brother. How you doing, Mo?
I can't complain. I'm still having days where I'm pinching myself with this podcast because when I got started, man, I was worried some weeks, like, oh crap, am I going to be able to find somebody for an episode? And now I've practically filled up April already.
Yeah.
So I can't complain one
Consistency.
bit.
It's called consistency and work.
That Lord knows I've done that before. Like before my son was born, there'd be some days where literally Monday through Friday I had a recording every single day. Now I love the podcast, but priorities shift.
Moderation. You got to do it in moderation.
In moderation, I want to be there as much as I can for my boy, but then I want to keep on being able to do this, and I've mentioned it with different guests that I know damn well I ain't gonna be around forever.
Yeah.
Lord knows, as of this recording, the day we're recording, the news broke out about James Vanderbeek, and it was like, what? Like when I saw that, I'm like, wait, no, he didn't. And then I read, I'm like, oh crap. So like even more, especially the video versions for YouTube. Whenever my time does come, if my boy ends up missing daddy, he can always, he's got something right there.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's even some episodes where I ended up having to have him with me when I was recording, so he can even see a less than a year-old version of himself. Good little memories of daddy, and getting to see a little.
Yeah, little sprinkles that'll last forever.
No, yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Planting seeds that'll last forever.
Oh yeah. So, first thing I like to start off with everybody with when they first come on the show is what got you started as a fan of wrestling?
The Rock, Stone Cold.
Hey, Stone Cold. I was always a Stone Cold dude. I mean, heck, he's got a whole section right here.
Yeah.
And heck, I've already drank all of my Broken Skull American Lager. You know damn well if he puts his name behind a beer, It's going to be freaking good.
Yep. Yep.
But that right there, classic feud, like all timer right there. I know that well, what got me in as a fan was a little earlier than that, but what really sunk its hooks in, it was definitely that, going all the way back to not just that series of WrestleMania matches they had, which were all-time classics,
Yeah.
but going back to the feud they had with the Intercontinental title, and Stone Cold throwing the title off the bridge and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yep, I can get that really sitting somebody's hooks in there. Now,
the storytelling there was when you look back on it, some of it was ridiculous and some of it was very good. Some
oh
of it was
yeah,
like, yeah. I didn't notice it when I watched it then, but that was very cliche.
oh yeah. No, there's some where, oh god. Speaking of throwing stuff off a bridge, I remember specifically where The Rock was getting ready to do his version of that, and ends up knocking Stone Cold off the bridge, and then you're like, no,
Yeah.
no. Although oh, go ahead.
Just like when Vince Limousine blew up.
Oh, dude, I still remember that. Like, that was insane.
Oh, like, yo, did they really get, when you go back and look at that footage, you'd be like, yo, did we really fall for this TV trick? Did we not see that it was clearly daytime and
Oh man, yeah, it was.
they had us sold?
But like back then during the Stone Cold and Rock stuff, the one thing with Stone Cold that I mentioned it when people bring up the Undertaker, the thing that the era of the Undertaker that truly scared the ever loving crap out of me, Ministry of Darkness, where he was looking like he was going to embalm Stone Cold alive.
Yeah.
During that era of the Undertaker, he scared the crap out of me.
Man, he had a lot of people terrified. A lot of kids. A lot
Oh,
of kids terrified.
my first ever WWE show I ever went to, my first ever pro wrestling show in general. This match didn't happen, but when I found out that I was going to be on the main floor right near the entrance, I was excited, but then I saw one of the matches on the card was, before they announced that neither was able to make it, was supposed to be Undertaker versus Papa Shango.
Papa Shango, yo.
And I was a little third grader at the time, so when I heard that those two were going to be walking potentially right by me, I'm like,
oh my God.
yeah, no, the little third grader in me was nervous.
Uh-huh.
But then one of my favorites at the time, Big Boss Man, was on the card, so I'm like, oh, okay. Made it a little better.
Yeah, take the good with the bad.
Oh, yeah. Although I did get to meet one of the people that was on that first ever show, Rikishi, when he was part of the Head Shrinkers. And up top, you can't really. Boom. So
He was just here for a couple weeks ago.
oh yeah,
Yep.
nice. I hope he's getting around a little better than he was the time that I saw him, because he was. I don't know if he had just had surgery or something, but he was not looking too mobile at the time.
Yeah, he was trying to collect that check, bro. Gotta pay them bills. Gotta pay the bills.
I can't blame him for that though. But other thing I wanted to talk, because part of FAB Wrestling, new thing here. What was the process with getting that started up? Because I love hearing I love hearing origin stories from the wrestlers on how they come up with their, in-ring personas, but it's also interesting when a new promotion pops up, like where finding out the origin stories, like where the idea came up to, get it going.
Get into business. Um, well, my first taste was West Side Gun Hills Have Eyes 3 in Chicago. I was one of the investors on that event, so I got to really learn the ins and outs. Um, Basically watch it come to life from an idea from West Side calling and having the idea to us finding a venue to building the team to make it all happen. And that was like my first like little itch. And I was like, I love this event. I love what he did, but it didn't highlight Chicago
Mm.
at all. You just did what everybody else do in Chicago, treat us like a hub to come in cash cow. But you could, out of everybody you know and the talent that's around Chicago, you couldn't find nobody to incorporate into this show.
that
And that's
that's
how
the
I felt. And that's how I felt after it. I'm like, okay, well, hey, I made my little money. Let's do it your way. If you were to do it, how would you do it?
mm.
That's how it started.
Hey. And bring up a good point that Chicago doesn't exactly have a shortage of talent that could go on the dang show.
No, my thing about Chicago is that I'm learning that it's very political. And one thing that at FAB that I love is I can care less about the politics. Like I want FAB to be where everybody want to come because this is where the best talent in Chicago can come, no matter if you from this promotion, that promotion, wherever. If you're good, let's put on the best show we can put on possibly.
And that's the way it should be. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
because Lord knows there's enough craziness in independent wrestling.
There's
Like,
no craziness in the world, period, man.
oh, in the
Independent
world,
wrestling,
period.
it's even more crazy in independent wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Like, you'd think people would be able to, you know, put aside stuff and, you get people that, might call one promotion home and, you combine it with get like a big, joint thing going every
Yeah,
once in a while. But it
and
seems like,
that's and it's like people because everyone is looking at I've built this, I've done that, and you know with Chicago, it's really a pride thing.
mm,
Um, because it's a lot of people that's been doing this 15, 16 years that in the last 3 or 4 years, it's just starting to pay off for them. So
yeah,
they're like, hey, why would I want to share my spotlight with you guys? I get it. But at the end of the day, when you bring an image of a package that can't be denied, you either gonna get with it or get left because all the talent want to be in venues that looks like they're the best that they can be. I don't care about how much you bringing in outside talent. If that venue doesn't give that artist that artist, which I call wrestlers artists, if they don't give that artist that potential chance to paint and be the best that they can be, then you only have stepping because their performance is what's going to bring in the crowd. So if they don't feel like they want to give their best performance, what make the crowd want to come back next time and spend their money and tell a friend to come spend their money?
oh yeah, and that's the thing that it comes up a lot in a bunch of episodes I've done that you have that ability to bring in somebody new, and then if you give them from that first impression a good one, then you got them thinking, man, next time I go to this, I got to bring, and then they're bringing in people, and then those people are bringing, and bam, there you go.
So that's pretty much the logic behind what we do and how it came together.
Hey, I like it. Now, you guys recently crowned your champion, the
Universal Crown Champion.
Universal Crown Champion, Marco Modelo. I heard, I've seen some stuff and saw there's a little bit of controversy there.
Yeah, Marco stole him one,
That
You
as
know,
what happens in the wrestling business every once in a while.
yeah, I got a nice surprise for him though. Trust me,
Oh
every
yeah,
dog has his day, but everyone must pay.
but hey, I've heard that and from what I've seen, that first show crowning that champion was definitely a good one. From the presentation and everything, it looked great, and you know that the little controversy there at the end and not letting that ruin it. You already sounds like you already got a plan on how to potentially deal with that. Coming up the next show, March for Gold.
Yeah,
So it's like, hey, you got a
March for
plan?
gold. March for gold. I got a special guest coming in. We got Brandon Ballin coming in from OVW.
Okay.
He's going to challenge Marco Modelo for the Universal Crown title. So he think he just stole one. You just stole one, but you're gonna have to be a fighting champion over here because I'm gonna put you to work. you gonna
That's the way champions need to be. They need to be a fighting champion. You need to be able to, count on that guy to, be there consistently. You don't need him being one of those that doesn't defend the title.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, good lord, I mean, the old rule that doesn't seem to be used much anymore. But I remember when it used to be, if the champion didn't defend within like 30 days, it was like, oh, you're not the champion anymore.
Yep.
That don't
Yep.
get used much anymore.
No, because now they glorify time and multiple and numbers. So now it's I held the title for 400 days, or I have
Yeah.
16 titles.
Yeah. Now there's a few people recently on the national TV scale that it's like, oh, I've been so long as champion, but one in particular right now hasn't defended it yet.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh
it,
well.
it's all a gimmick.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. All gimmick. Now, when it comes to the March for Gold in particular,
Yeah,
this episode might be coming out after, but there was some stuff here that I've mentioned before about uniqueness in professional wrestling being kind of few and far between, because it's been around for so long. There's so much of it out there. To try to find something that's unique can be kind of few and far between.
yeah,
But when I saw the event poster for March for Gold,
yeah.
I love my Dr. Pepper, but it gives me the burps like crazy. But I saw one. I mean, all ages ain't really like family friendly. There's lots of great stuff out there, but family friendly side can sometimes get the bad end of things. But from what I've seen from FAB Wrestling, and I know a mutual friend of ours, Mr. Bullard, with Fantastic League of Wrestling,
Yeah.
some good family friendly stuff that, as Mr. Bullard put it to me recently, doesn't insult the crowd's intelligence, which Lord knows sometimes the family friendly stuff can kind of do that. But the
Yeah.
one thing that the venue sounded a little unique, the entrance, but then you don't often see on the event posters it mention video games in the, which I mean, that right there, you might have some of the younger crowd that maybe they need to wander around a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
go play the games. Like I know back
Yeah,
in
yeah.
when growing up, when some
Attention spans. They think you need to stretch your legs a little bit.
oh yeah, it
Go
needs
see
stretching
something
legs a
else.
little bit.
Yeah.
Like I remember growing up with some of the pizza places, you'd be like, "Oh man, are we gonna go to one that has the arcade while we're waiting for the pizza?" And begging your parents for quarters, be like, "Yeah, can
Yeah.
I go play?" And then I'd always suck at some of the games, and then I'd be right back. I'm like, "Dang it!"
Begging
Well,
for more change.
but that right there is something kind of unique, Give the younger ones a little room to,
Entertainment, because
entertain them. You get entertainment for the parents might be there to watch, the in ring stuff,
sure.
and then
Yeah.
maybe when the kid coming back after quarters or whatever the hell the arcade machines use anymore,
Yeah.
going back to see if dad, mom or dad might give them more to use. Something catches their eye in the ring. They're like, "Ooh,
See, the luxury about our video gaming is completely free.
nice."
Once you pay, so now it's $10 for kids, five and under is free, $10 for kids. So now if you pay for your child, they can watch the show. They also can go play the games. We got PS4, Xbox, the Wii, pretty much all the systems, all the games, classic games. We got WWE, NBA, we get all the games. So it,
Nice.
it gives them something else to do. And it also gives us a chance to combine league play
Mm?
with wrestling. It also gives us a chance to cross bridge sectors that are already entwined, but not on a live level. So that way, that's the uniqueness about Fab, and that's why a lot of people love what we're doing because it's like, yo, I can come watch wrestling, or I can go play WWE over here for a quick while y'all doing intermission. You know what I'm saying? Because all they just love video games.
Oh yeah. No, I know. I
I
podcast is
had people. I had a guy at the last show buy a ticket. He said, "Bro, I bought a ticket just to come video game. I bought a $15 general admission ticket just to come game."
hey, hey, nothing wrong with that. I know another avenue that it made me think about it. I've seen other places do where like, oh, they'll have a meet and greet with different of their wrestlers, and they'll do video game tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Another avenue
So
to bring in the crowd.
definitely, definitely. But that's why it just sets us up to be able to do more things. Like so, with that concept, I'm also looking to I'm working on something with Hollywood Park to be for the summer to be doing something outside on their fairgrounds or where we can kind of cross the brand that way. So it's all a method to my madness. It's just gateways to setting up more things, but just to keep it, in line.
Oh yeah, no, definitely good stuff. Now, another thing that I've been, going back to, some of the maybe behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
One thing I like to ask people behind the scenes when it comes to wrestling, you know, being commissioners and promoters and stuff. What do you guys look for when you're out there to have people come to be on your shows?
Well, me personally, I leave that up to my bookers. I leave that up to Booker Pete. I leave that up to Javier. I let them do that. I don't worry about that.
Don't worry
I
about
got an eye. Like I have some people that I like because I go out to shows and I'm like, oh no, I like them too. So let's try to bring them in. Let's see how they work.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I'll leave that up to them guys. Like they know me. I'm going. I'm trying to find what's gonna pack the seat. So look, I'm making all the contacts.
Hey, nothing wrong
So
with that. Yeah,
y'all
no,
let me know. Y'all
you
let
still
me know who y'all like. Y'all know the concept of this show. Y'all know the angle. Y'all know the way we going. Let's continue to build it. Like I'm not a dictator that be like, well, I want it this way or my idea or my way, the
yeah.
highway. No, I'll shoot an idea out to the group, and sometimes they tear it apart. Or sometimes they be like, we can kind of make that work. Let's shift it like this and make
Yeah.
it do it like this. So,
Oh yeah.
it's a team effort. That's why I
Oh yeah.
always just say Fab. I don't never if I didn't have to play the commissioner role, I wouldn't.
Yeah. No, no, I get you there.
Just
Yeah.
being honest.
Oh no, and that when you're having a team behind you there, it's good to have a team like that. That they're not going to be just a stereotypical yes men. Like if you got a good idea, they'll cheer it on. They'll do what they got to
Yeah.
do. But then if you come up with something that's kind of they'll tell you that sucked just as easy as they would good idea.
And that's how we keep it all the way around the board because they know in a minute I'll be like, no, that don't sound good to me. We'll scrap it and we'll go back to the board and figure out what makes sense. Let's because one thing about us, we will have 17 different scenarios, and about a time of the show, we'll be to switch it 16 times. And the day of, we went back to scenario one. Like, yo, we had 19 different endings, and then we back to one. Okay, well, that's what it is.
Hey,
But we thought it all the way through multiple different ways, and it shifted, it shifted, it shifted, and we slept on it, slept on it, slept on it, and kept thinking and thinking, and came back to this. Because like Universal Crown Classic, we had three different outcomes. Had them all. We were shifting, 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 and then we finally just like, ah, that first storyline. That's the one that's gonna hook them, and that's what it did.
hey, I like it. I like it. Now, when it comes to you crown the Universal Crown Champion,
Yep.
I can imagine once some places when it comes to getting more than just the one champion, they let it build up a little bit. You don't want to just overload things right away. I can imagine somewhere in the maybe near future, you guys got great talent already for possible tag champs and everything, because that I've
We
seen
setting
I've
up.
seen the belt, that Universal Crown Championship. So like, you already got one good looking title belt there. I can only imagine when you get to tag champs and everything, it's going to be pretty nice.
Yeah, by the end of the year, I think we're planning for I believe by the end of the year to introduce the tag titles and crown a champion. I know next is the women's title.
Okay, I've seen uh, for March for Gold, there was quite a few great female talent right there on the card, and right on
Yeah,
the poster, including
yeah,
a past guest, Stella Buho. I saw her on there. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
this
yeah.
will be nice.
We're gearing up because if you ever watch, if you've been following Fab, you know the first show we had Mayari and Lulu. Second show we had what was it? I can't remember. The mind is drawing a blank right now.
It happens.
Uh,
Lord knows, it's
um,
happened for me multiple times.
then we had who? Leslie and Dayami. And then now this one. So yeah, we're just gearing up, gearing up this women's because
Oh yeah,
my original goal for March for Gold was to do a women's tournament. But once we talked to the team, they was like, don't do two tournaments back to back, 2 months back to back. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. And then we was like, well, we just start the qualifiers there. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
start with the 4-way. It was one of my ideas that they shot up and then came back and was like, yeah, we can give it a little life.
yeah. Nothing wrong. Yeah, you maybe
Yeah,
space out the tournaments a little bit,
yeah,
but
yeah. Spice.
nothing wrong with getting some qualifiers going for some of
Yeah,
the shows
yeah.
later on in the year.
So we got the women's title coming, then we're gonna do the tag, and then we was thinking about a mid card title before the tag.
Okay, yeah, get a little something for everybody to fight for, because Lord knows there's some promotions out there that I mean, as much as I'm a fan of AEW, they get a little too much.
Yeah,
But
they title crazy. I'm
yeah,
like, y'all
they're a
got
little
17 titles over there.
yeah, it can be a little hard to keep track of. But then you have you have the main one, the women's. You have the tag and a mid card. And if I
Yeah,
mean you want to, if you have enough, getting a women's mid card, then it's like
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, you want to be able to build up a solid roster because I know I've seen some places where they'll have tag belts, but it's like they break up some of their more consistent tag teams, and then before you know it, you have one consistent tag team, and then you're just bringing in other people from
Yeah,
all over that they might be doing one-offs, and you only got the
yeah.
one team.
And that's one thing like I'm big on my guys about like, of course, everybody we bring in is on a trial basis, but we look into guys that we can build longevity and storyline with.
Oh yeah,
So, we know our core, we know our core five, six, and now we trying to build out from there.
hey, that's a good way to go about it. I'm I'm also looking forward to. I already have a recording planned for doing something for the May 2nd show, Distortion. I'm looking forward to that one. Getting the fallout from March for Gold, and then going into that. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Distortion is going to be big. We got some big surprises planned for Distortion. Um, it's going to be a big shakeup. That's all I can say. It's a
Okay.
lot of frequencies being crossed.
All right. I like it. I like it. Now,
And then
now I have two categories here. One's a bit of a name game where I
uh-huh.
name off some people. You give me some quick thoughts on them, and each of these people have they have something in common because I try to theme it towards the guest, and each of these people have ties to, at the very least, Illinois, if not the city of Chicago itself.
Okay.
Lord knows I have kind of a tie to the city of Chicago because Navy boot camp just north there,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
spent some time during graduation weekend going down the Navy Pier and all this stuff.
yeah, yep,
Getting
yep.
getting to go down to freaking Bubba Gump. I don't know if it's still down there.
Yeah, yeah. Bubba Gumps that used to be in Navy Pier. Oh yeah, that used to be my spot.
Oh man, that okay. I've been to a few of them, and I get to well, I don't know if they still do it. They didn't at the last one I went to, but the servers used to ask you trivia questions about the movie.
Yep.
I've seen that movie so many times I can answer their question before they're done asking them.
Man, I knew that movie back and forth. I think that's the only movie that came on local TV that stayed on like for 100 years. Like that movie played 100 times. It felt like a month before
So
it stayed on. Like
there's still
I was
times where I
running.
flip in the channels and I see it and I'm like, that's one movie that like I see it on the channel and I'm like,
I
ah.
always stop no matter what. I might watch a few minutes, just always stop. Like, oh,
Oh yep. But like I said, each of these people I got four that at
okay,
least have ties to Illinois, if not
okay.
Chicago itself.
All right, let's go.
First one, Mustafa Ali.
Great.
Oh yeah, I've got to meet him once, and I'm loving that he's. It seems like the idea that he's doing with the TNA right now seems at least similar to what I heard he had an idea for before he got let go from
Yeah.
WWE, and now
Yeah.
that he's actually getting to run with it,
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, the one time I got to meet him was right after the Cruiserweight Classic that he was on. He did a show here in Omaha, so that was fun.
Mhm.
Now, next up, one half of the Street Profits, Montez Ford.
No comment. No
All right.
comment. No comment.
All right. All right.
Yeah, no comment on that one.
Okay. I ain't gonna push it. I ain't gonna push it.
He's good, but I don't like how they use him in WWE. That's all. Definitely a great talent, but so I don't want to say nothing because it's two sides of the story, and it's always how the company use you
Yeah,
to.
gotcha. Now, another guy that I've been lucky enough to meet a couple times, doing big things there with Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
Former NWA champion Scrap Iron Adam Pearce.
love him.
Oh yeah,
I
like
I watch him a lot, just taking pointers, um, and just getting a better understanding of how to work the camera, emotion. Of course, I'm a student of the game, so I'm
oh
watching
yeah.
everything.
I got to see him defend the NWA title a couple times when I was down in
Mm.
Southern California, and you know, seeing the in ring stuff that he done and the mic work that he's done. I'm loving when you get especially right now with what they got him doing on Monday Night Raw and the back and forth with the Vision. Like I'm seeing little inklings of old Scrap Iron in there that I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
let him go, man.
It reminds me of the role that Hunter had when he was in that position. It's just if you think about it, it's just all over again. Because when I look at it, I'm like, yo, that's what it reminds me of. Now it kind of reminds me of course, they're gonna push the edge, but I was wondering how they was gonna play that edge with Brian Burker with the injury. Cause I'm like, no way in heck he didn't make it to the ring. They write him off for something bigger than that. Like,
Oh yeah, like oh man, I'm excited to see what they got, what they will continue to do with him there because yeah,
I my thing is I need them to think past the week of programming.
yeah,
Like it's like, okay, now y'all hyping WrestleMania with the same theme. Okay. Nothing else worked. Ticket sales are low, so now you gotta go get the tribal chief. Okay, I get it. We all know this. That's gonna give you 16,000 seats, 16,000 people. We know that. Guaranteed. We know that. But if y'all would have gave us some decent storyline along the way, you wouldn't have to do this. It's like
yeah,
y'all literally just book for the pop of the week. We know every week is gonna be somebody running into the ring. It's gonna be a masked man at least once a month. It's like everything is like that's why I like it, but I hate it at the same time because it'd be like,
yeah,
but that's why I watch everything. Like
oh yeah,
AEW, if they had better storytelling, through the roof.
oh yeah,
They got some of the best, some better matches because I like some of their match techniques better,
oh
some of
yeah,
their in ring work. But if they had better, or he just got to understand how to utilize his top five.
mm. Oh yeah,
We know at least they're going to utilize their top five every show.
mm-hmm.
I understand you got an extensive roster,
That they do.
but Swerve, certain ones you got to make sure because them are your pop. That's your house.
Mm-hmm.
I know you trying to build up everybody else along the way, but you
Yeah,
got you gotta keep rewarding the house.
for sure.
Everybody else is just don't get me wrong, they some nice landscape and some nice trees and grass, but
No, that is true. Now, a lot of people here local to me, I know, would find it weird that if I mentioned a list of people from Illinois, Chicago, and I didn't mention this person, that they'd be like, I'd be answering some questions later.
who you got?
CM Punk.
Ah, the GOAT. The
I
GOAT, man. He's a shot. Listen, man. I wish they use CM Punk more than they use Seth Rollins when it comes to Chicago sports. That's all I'm gonna say.
okay.
That to me is like a slap in the face
Yeah, is
because it's like we know we know Seth is the money man. Don't get me wrong, but CM Punk got just as much pop as Seth. But I understand the marketing tactic. Now, if you go on marketing who's more visible, pleasing, blah, 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 okay, I get it. CM
yeah.
Punk won't even take his shirt off half the time. I love him, but I get it.
Although I did love the what was it, the we mentioned about people not defending the title as much.
Yeah, yeah,
I did like the comment that he made about you may have held it longer, but it wasn't better.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like that. I'm like, ooh, love
You
it.
gotta you gotta understand, like that's just that Chicago grit. That's that Chicago comeback. Like CM Punk, I love him because for one, he's one of the best on the mic. Period. Like
Yeah.
he can cut a promo. He can cut a promo on his dying breath, and you would be like, "Is he dying?"
Yep.
Like CM
Yep.
Punk can cut a promo. Like I
Oh,
haven't seen too many people outshine CM Punk on the promo.
no.
It's not
Oh
Cody.
yeah. Now,
Cody every now and then can step
yeah.
up to the plate. Every now and then, but when CM Punk's rolling,
Oh,
he's the best
oh,
in the business.
oh, for sure.
Best in the business.
For sure. Now, I have some random questions. Some wrestling related, some not.
Okay.
That's why it's random. I give you the question first, answer that pops into your head.
Okay.
First one, craziest in match moment that you were there to witness.
Craziest in match moment that I was there to witness. Um, a GCW show, seeing people get hit with light bulbs and barbed wire. That was a little extreme for me. I was like, I don't think I like this type of wrestling. This is
Yeah,
a little
that,
bit.
that, that, that can be a little intense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind blood squirting everywhere. Like, I don't want to come to a show and have to wear a poncho.
I've I've witnessed my fair share of independent wise.
Like,
My
if
first
it's done, it got to be done tasteful. Like, it's like GCW is just too hardcore. Like,
it can be. I
yeah, it's
my
more.
my first death match I ever got to witness ended with four folding chairs that were bridged. They had panes of glass on there, and then somebody brought in lighter fluid. Um, although national TV wise, I was there for what was it? Some point last year, I was there for the infamous Adam Copeland John Moxley street fight. That nail board spot.
Yeah.
I was like third row right by the entrance. That literally happened right in front of me.
Yeah. John Moxley, yeah. He's I've been to a lot of AEW shows and had media passes, and he's always bloody. I'm like,
Yeah,
Mox, does he pay you more? Look, such a
pretty
scrub.
much.
And I had asked him, like, Mox, do you get paid more to bleed? It doesn't matter. You act like if you go out and bleed, you get the bonus.
All right, now I can show you behind me. I got a lot of my collections.
Yeah,
I got some stuff I mentioned before recording, some stuff, rather prized items.
yeah.
Do you have like at your place, like an item that like a prized item might not necessarily be a part of a collection, but just something that like you cherish it?
Um, I got a few things. Um, One is my Aces boots.
Okay,
Aces made these for me. I don't even wrestle. So I was talking to him one day and he was like, I was telling him what I was doing, and he was like, yo, you just inspired me, bro. I'm gonna make a pair of boots and just send them to you. So
hey,
now what I do is every time I get a known wrestler that come through, I get them to sign them.
get inside them, yeah,
So
perfect.
that's one prized possession. Another one is my
Oh,
let
there
me
we
see,
go. I saw it. Oh, there we go. Black, yeah. All right.
my Black Panther. Um, Another one is my Vampiro mini brawler.
Okay.
Because yeah, I did the Vampiro meet and greet when he was in Chicago.
Okay.
Um, then I got tons of signed photos because I do a lot of work with onlywrestlers.com, so I'm always with them and
Okay.
uh Facade, Tessa, Blanchard, um, Violet J. Um, shoot, I got a whole
I've
bunch of
got
them.
quite a few myself. So yeah, I got
This is
quite a
one
few.
of my favorites. I forgot about these because I don't have these up anymore. But these
Ooh.
are my personal favorites.
Ooh, oh, there we go. Yep, we can see it. All right.
Heels Have Eyes posters. This one is signed by Real One.
Okay.
And then I have this one here is signed by Smoke Dizza and DJ Green Lantern.
Okay.
And this one is my Mike Santana and Joe
Okay.
Hendry.
Nice.
So that's
Nice.
just some of the collection, some of the stuff that I didn't gather along the way on this
Okay.
short journey of fun.
All right. That's some great items right there.
Oh, and one of my I got to interview MVP. That was a dope thing too.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice. Nice. Now, with the name of a show like I have, I feel like I have to ask this one.
let's do it.
Favorite drink, alcoholic or otherwise, or hell, both?
My favorite drink is one of our sponsors, Vault Energy Drink,
Hey?
and my favorite alcoholic beverage. Um, I'm a tequila drinker, so I'm gonna say
Oh,
tequila, pineapple, and orange juice.
all right.
I,
I've
I can't if I'm gonna say a beer, when I do drink beer, I drink Moore's beer. I don't know if you ever heard of Moore's.
I've heard of them. Yeah. All right.
That's another good friend of mine, so I try to keep it all in the fam.
I'll keep it. All right. Yeah. No, I'm kind of, when it comes to stuff outside of beer, I'm kind of a whiskey tequila guy myself. I do enjoy the rocks one, Terramana. That is some smooth stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, last but not least here, best advice you have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling?
Yeah, it's still another game. Don't ever think you know it all.
Hey, yeah,
Get, a, get around good people that can help you.
hmm, definitely great advice because it's definitely a ever evolving process. You're always learning something for
Definitely,
sure.
definitely.
Now, where can people find Fab Wrestling social media wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on them, they sure as hell ought to be getting them there.
You can go to fabwrestlingpro.com. That's everything right there, fabwrestlingpro.com. Or you can go to Instagram, which is Fab Mania Wrestling, and Fab Wrestling on Facebook.
All right. I'll get all of that in the description. Want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. Been an absolute pleasure. You're welcome back anytime. And heck, out anybody
Yeah,
Fab Wrestling,
when I come back, I
welcome.
got to bring Booker P with me, man. He was trying to get on this call, but I think he got stuck at work.
Shit happens. But yes, no, definitely next time, get the both of you on. We'll talk some more Fab Wrestling and, well, hell, wrestling in general.
Definitely.
All right.
Appreciate you, Mark.
Thank
Love.
you. Now, my
Peace
issue
out.
with this freaking button. See if I
Yeah, hit
actually
the button
get.
slowly.